The year was 1845. Sir John Franklin set sail from England with two ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror. Their mission was a daring one to navigate the Northwest Passage. This fabled sea route promised a shortcut across the Arctic, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. For centuries, explorers had sought this elusive passage, driven by the allure of new trade routes and the spirit of discovery. Franklin's expedition, backed by the British Admiralty, was the latest attempt to conquer this icy frontier. The expedition carried the hopes of a nation eager to expand its maritime influence. Success would mean a significant geopolitical advantage for Britain, solidifying its presence on the world stage. Moreover, the expedition was fueled by the spirit of scientific inquiry that characterized the Victorian era. Franklin and his crew were not just explorers. They were scientists tasked with collecting data on the Arctic's geography, geology, and magnetic fields. Their journey was a testament to the ambition and thirst for knowledge that defined the age. The Northwest Passage, however, was not a journey for the faint of heart. Previous expeditions had met with disaster, succumbing to the unforgiving conditions of the Arctic. The region's treacherous ice flows, unpredictable weather, and long periods of darkness posed formidable challenges to even the most experienced sailors. Yet Franklin and his men were undeterred, armed with the latest technology and driven by the belief that they could overcome the obstacles that had defeated their predecessors. Their journey was a bold gamble, a testament to human courage and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. The HMS Erebus and HMS Terror were not ordinary ships. They were technological marvels of their time, specifically designed to withstand the unforgiving conditions of the Arctic. The ships were originally built for war, bomb vessels equipped with heavy mortars for shore bombardment. However, they were repurposed for exploration, their robust construction making them ideal for navigating the icy waters of the Arctic. Their hulls were reinforced with iron plating to protect against crushing ice, and their internal structures were strengthened to withstand the constant pressure. To combat the frigid temperatures, the ships were outfitted with innovative heating systems. These systems circulated hot water through pipes, keeping the living quarters relatively warm even in sub-zero conditions. The ships also had a unique steam-powered propulsion system. This technology, still in its early stages of development, allowed the ships to break through thin ice and navigate areas that were inaccessible to traditional sailing vessels. These technological advancements represented the pinnacle of Victorian engineering, a testament to human ingenuity in the face of nature's challenges. Beyond their structural fortitude, the ships were provisioned for a 3-year journey, a testament to the meticulous planning that went into the expedition. Foodstuffs were carefully preserved using techniques like canning and salting, ensuring that the crew had access to essential nutrients even after years at sea. The ships also carried a library stocked with books on a variety of subjects, from literature to science, providing the crew with intellectual stimulation and entertainment during the long Arctic nights. Franklin and his officers understood the importance of maintaining morale on such a perilous journey, and they took every measure to ensure the physical and mental well-being of their crew. From the outset, the Franklin expedition faced the unforgiving realities of the Arctic environment. The ships sailed into a world of ice and snow where temperatures could plummet to unimaginable lows. The sun disappeared for months on end, plunging the expedition into an eerie darkness. The isolation was profound, the silence broken only by the howling wind and the groaning of the ice. This was a world that tested the limits of human endurance. Navigation through the ice-choked waters proved treacherous. The ships were constantly at risk of becoming trapped in the ever-shifting ice flows. Progress was painfully slow, and the constant threat of being crushed by the immense pressure of the ice weighed heavily on the minds of the crew. The extreme cold posed another constant threat. Frostbite was a constant danger, and the men had to be vigilant in protecting themselves from the elements. Even with their advanced clothing and heating systems, the Arctic's icy grip could not be completely escaped. The psychological toll of the Arctic environment was perhaps the most insidious threat. The prolonged darkness, the isolation, and the constant danger took a heavy toll on the men's mental state. Morale, once high, began to dwindle as the expedition dragged on. The sense of adventure that had initially gripped the crew was slowly replaced by a gnawing anxiety. The Arctic, it seemed, was slowly chipping away at their resolve, testing their limits in ways they could never have imagined. Years passed and no word came from the Franklin expedition. The silence was deafening. The families of the missing men grew increasingly desperate for news, their hopes dwindling with each passing season. The Admiralty, initially unconcerned by the lack of communication, began to share the growing anxiety. The fate of Franklin and his men became a national mystery, gripping the public imagination and fueling endless speculation. In 1848, with no word from the expedition, the Admiralty launched the first of many search parties. Ships were dispatched to the Arctic, their crews braving the treacherous conditions in a desperate attempt to find any trace of the missing explorers. Years turned into decades, and still the mystery remained. The search efforts continued, driven by a combination of humanitarian concern and a desire to unravel the enigma of the Franklin expedition's disappearance. The Arctic, however, held its secrets close. The disappearance of the Franklin expedition became one of the most enduring mysteries in maritime history. Theories abounded, ranging from starvation and disease to mutiny and even cannibalism. The lack of concrete evidence only fueled the speculation, turning the expedition into a cautionary tale about the perils of Arctic exploration. The frozen north, it seemed, had swallowed the expedition whole, leaving behind only questions and a legacy of unanswered questions.